KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
One man is dead and 3 women have been detained after a deputy-involved shooting. Details coming up next.
Hospitals around the country are now overwhelmed with COVID-19 patients. We have the latest on the coronavirus pandemic.
And back here at home, taking a live look out at the Alamo City. Yesterday was picturesque. Today, starting off with 74 degrees. What is the rest of the day? What is the rest of the weekend? What is your work week going to look like? We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a few moments. Until then, good morning. 6 o'clock this Sunday, September 12th. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. I didn't leave the apartment yesterday.
I don't know why you're such a vampire,
College
Max.
football, it was a full slate of games, great food, but you made it outside.
Football vampire.
That's it. My girlfriend hates it already. She's like, I hate football season.
Vampire season.
It. Vampire season.
Yeah, no, I went outside. We were in Helotes yesterday and went hiking. It was beautiful, Sarah, because no humidity.
Yeah, the humidity was low, so even when it was hot outside during the peak heating of the afternoon, it was a wonderful day, wasn't it? I was also in Helotes, and it felt great out there.
Fun things.
So, yeah, we were in different parts of Helotes, but still, real recognizes real. All right, well, we did have low humidity yesterday, but look out there. The clouds are already back, okay? So this is the sign of things to come. Increasing humidity throughout the day today. 75 degrees outside right now. Keep in mind that yesterday we were starting off in the upper 60s, so already a warmer morning than what we've been dealing with the last few days. And again, it's cloudy around the metro area. 61, though, up in Kerrville, 68 in Rock Springs, 69 in New Braunfels, 73 in Gonzales, and 73 in Pleasanton. We've got a few things to talk about in the forecast. Now, firstly, we'll talk about today's increasing humidity, but as we've been talking about in the weather department over the last few days, we are watching the Gulf of Mexico very carefully. It is very likely that at least a tropical depression will develop today, and that'll bring coastal flooding likely to parts of the Texas coast. But what exactly does that mean for our weather here in San Antonio? I'll have a look at that coming up in just a few minutes. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, a suspect dead after we are told by investigators on the scene that there was a shooting. A deputy shot and killed the suspect last night on the city's east side.
Our Jonathan Goto joins us live. Jonathan, what have you been able to learn?
That's right, Sarah. Well, you know, Bexar County deputies say it was a routine traffic stop for them. The man stepped out of the vehicle and began to run. That man now dead, but let's take a look at what that scene looked like. That routine traffic stop happened on I-35 in Hormel Drive at around 10:30 p.m. Deputies say there were also 3 females in that vehicle. They said they had to run after the male suspect. Moments later, they say the suspect opened fire. Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar on scene. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
It appears that suspect may have fired a shot at the deputy. The deputy retreated backwards and then came up on the other side of his vehicle. He engaged that suspect with his patrol rifle. I believe he issued further commands and he fired at least 2 shots.
Salazar says the suspect did have what appeared to be a 9mm handgun and a single-track semi-automatic handgun as well that were both found at the scene. Now, Max, Sarah, the suspect was pronounced dead at the scene. As for the 3 females, they were detained but have not been charged just yet. This case continues to be under investigation. We'll provide you with more information when that information is made available. Reporting, Jonathan Goto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan. Also new this morning, police investigating a shooting that happened on the city's southeast side. Limited information right now, but here is what we know. It happened around 10:30 last night. A man driving on East South Cross near Pecan Grove. He noticed a car following him. Someone inside that vehicle started shooting at the victim, hitting him in the back multiple times. We're also told the suspect then drove off, jumped a curb, ended up in the parking lot. No word yet on the condition of the victim. We are also waiting to hear if the suspect was apprehended, taken into custody. We're waiting to learn on his identity and what charges he will face.
Plus, many reflected on the 20-year anniversary of 9/11 across the nation. Here locally, residents spent remembering what they were doing when the planes hit the Twin Towers. One woman said she was a toddler when her mother started panicking after seeing the news. Another woman said she was at home watching the tragic moments unfold, devastating because she couldn't help. Isaiah Cozy said he was 6 years old, living on a military base with his father, who is a veteran now.
Does it really take tragedy or something terrible to happen for us to, get together on something? Like, why does it take that? Why is it that when things are good, we just get more petty? And then when something terrible happens, we want to come together. And so sometimes I lament that that's how things seem to go. And there's a pattern of that over our nation's history.
While processing what happened then and now, as an adult, Cozy says he wants the world to come together at all times, not only when tragedy strikes.
Now to the latest in the pandemic, hospitals across the country are now on the brink, overwhelmed by the amount and uptick in COVID patients.
At least 7 states are close to running out of beds. Kentucky has called in more than 300 National Guard members to help manage the surge. ABC's Karina Mitchell has a story.
The country surpassing a grim new statistic. 1 in every 500 Americans has died from COVID-19. South Carolina and Kentucky now with the highest daily case rates.
We have more Kentuckians fighting for their lives on ventilators, machines just to help them breathe, than ever before.
Kentucky has called in 300 additional members of the National Guard to help in overwhelmed hospitals. Just a few months ago, there were 5 COVID patients at St. Alphonsus Regional Medical Center in Boise, Idaho. As of this week, there were more than 45.
Currently, we have patients ranging in age from 23 years old in the ICU with COVID to 69 years old in the ICU with COVID.
Nearly all of the patients unvaccinated. In Indiana, a nurse practitioner with Reed Health in Richmond describes how dire the situation is.
Last night, we had to close down the ICU to where we couldn't take any more admissions.
New studies from the CDC show vaccines remain highly effective in preventing severe symptoms, even against the Delta variant.
Those who were unvaccinated were about 4.5 times more likely to get COVID-19, over 10 times more likely to be hospitalized, and 11 times more likely to die.
Meanwhile, the debate over masks continues. In Texas, the Attorney General has filed lawsuits against 3 school districts that have defied Governor Abbott's ban on school mask mandates. Karina Mitchell, ABC News, New York.
In your morning headlines, the FBI releasing a document from its investigation into the 9/11 terrorist attacks and suspected Saudi governmental support for the hijackers of the planes. So all of this comes after an executive order by President Joe Biden. The 2016 document gives details of the alleged logistical support a Saudi consul official and a suspected Saudi intelligence agent actually provided to at least 2 of the hijackers. Several more related documents are expected to be released on a rolling basis. The Saudi embassy in Washington, D.C. says it welcomes the release of these documents and that any allegation that Saudi Arabia is complicit in these attacks is, quote, categorically false.
After an internal investigation, the U.S. Capitol Police announced disciplinary action in 6 cases against officers for actions during the January 6th Capitol breach. The violations include 3 cases for conduct unbecoming, 1 for failure to comply with directives, 1 for improper remarks, and 1 for improper dissemination of information. It's not clear if 6 cases involved 6 separate officers.
Well, here in Texas, Governor Greg Abbott and Texas First Lady Cecilia Abbott presenting the 2021 Star of Texas Awards. The ceremony honored and recognized 46 Texans for their remarkable courage, tremendous sacrifice in the line of duty, including those who sacrificed their lives. The Star of Texas Awards were created in 2003 by House Bill HB 1937. Now, it also designated September 11th of every year as Texas First Responders Day. So thank you so much for all of those who sacrificed so much for Texas and for our country. Time now, 6:09, 74 degrees out.
Well, still on ahead in our next half hour, we hear the story of a retired U.S. Army Special Forces veteran who spent most of his adult life fighting between Iraq and Afghanistan.
All right, we talk about it all the time. Lottery numbers. You could say a Florida shop owner had the luck on his side on opening day. We're going to explain next. Did you win?
No, but I want to win. Winning I like this weather without the humidity. 74 degrees, 609. Sarah Spivey will have our Sunday forecast when we come back.
Good morning and welcome back. Great story to tell you about. 2 dreams coming true on the same day. A Florida auto repair shop owner winning the lottery on the same day he opened a business.
Lucky, lucky. Brian Whittle picked up a $5 Gold Rush Supreme scratch-off ticket.
It was a scratch-off ticket?
Yeah, $5 ticket at Circle K.
My goodness.
Yeah, don't sleep on those scratch-offs. At the end of his first day of business, he had won $1 million. Whittle chose to take a one-time payout of $880,000.
Circle K, where he bought the ticket, also gets a $2,000 commission. So congratulations to Brian. New business, $880,000 in cash. And congratulations to the Circle K owner, who gets $2,000 of that.
I always try to, maybe get a little scratch off. I always play when
Have you won?
I won $9 one time.
Big win. You know what? We call that a big return on the investment.
25.
Look at you.
Yeah, big money, big money. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the weather. We've got a lot to talk about today in the forecast. One thing you'll notice, though, immediately that's a little different from the last few mornings. Clouds are back, and that's a sign that we're starting to see a little bit of increase in the humidity as well. Now, a quick check of temperatures around San Antonio. It's 75 degrees, and we've got humidity close to 70 degrees. The dew points are close to 70, and that's the 70 mark is where we really say, okay, now it's humid outside. So you step outside, you notice that it doesn't feel quite as pleasant as it has in the days past. That being said, there are still some areas in the 60s this morning. Comfort at 65 degrees, Seguin and New Braunfels at 69, 69 in Los Maples. Meanwhile, it's 72 in Devine, 72 at Rio Medina, 73 down in Pleasanton, and 77 in Stinson. These morning clouds, we're still going to have some clouds throughout the day. It's not going to be as sunny as it has been in the last few days. In fact, we'll have partly cloudy skies for most of the day. And then notice that there is a good chance for some coastal showers later on today. We're going to talk about the Gulf of Mexico in just a bit. But for the forecast today, know that the further south and east you live, if you live closer to Karnes City, DeWitt County, Beeville, Victoria, even out toward Hallettsville, there is a small chance this afternoon for an isolated shower or storm. As for our high temperatures around the KSAT 12 viewing area, we'll still be in the upper 80s in the hill country, so not all that bad. Low 90s around the metro area, and the upper 90s likely for Del Rio and for Laredo as well as Cotulla. So for today's forecast, really nice outside, just a little bit more muggy, and you'll notice the humidity increasing too. Something to keep in mind is that if you do have outdoor plans today, it should be nice for outdoor plans. Again, the only time I would be on slight alert for rain chances would be in the afternoon when those few coastal showers are possible. There's an off chance that 1 or 2 of those could make it to that I-35 corridor. Chance for rain in San Antonio locally, about 10% today. 87 at noon, 93 for the afternoon high temperature. Clouds will once again be increasing late, and so will the humidity. By tomorrow, our dew points are going to stay in the 70s pretty much all day, upper 60s and 70s. Reason for the increase in humidity, increase in clouds, increase in rain chances. Well, we've got an area of disturbed weather out in the Bay of Campeche right now, and that has a very high likelihood of developing into a tropical depression or a tropical storm today, 90%. In fact, hurricane hunters are going to be flying out there today to investigate that system a little bit further. As it stands right now, though, until we can get a defined center of low pressure, the track could vary very greatly between west and east, and that impacts our rain chances. Tomorrow, we have a good chance for rain, about 40% chance for scattered rain. But beyond that, it's really going to depend on where we get this track. Now, if we get a more western track here in San Antonio, we'll likely have some healthy rains Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Flooding rains are likely along Houston toward Corpus Christi, but if a more eastern track sets up, we'll have little to no rain from Tuesday through the rest of the week in San Antonio. So that's why it's important for those hurricane hunters to get out there, get that more information for us so that we can determine a more accurate area of where that center of low pressure is to get a good forecast track. As it stands right now, though, scattered showers and storms in the forecast tomorrow with only isolated rain Tuesday through Thursday. But if that more easterly track sets up, those rain chances are going to tick down. So something to keep track of, guys. We'll be keeping an update on things throughout the morning. Again, those hurricane hunters planning on flying out there this morning.
Thank you for breaking all of that down for us, Sarah.
All right, 617, 74 degrees out.
Well, still ahead, we tell you about an amazing rescue of a 90-year-old lady in South Korea. The hero, her dog. That story is next.
All right, and get this, as many as 15% of all American adults have trouble hearing. Next on GMSA, how a local organization is working so that everyone will be able to hear.
At the theater or inside busy restaurants, like a growing number of people, 68-year-old Alan Bergstein struggled.
I couldn't hear conversations at all. It's like people were mouthing things, but all I heard in the background was other people talking or noise or whatever.
For more than a decade, he wore hearing aids. They amplified the conversation, but the background noise got louder too.
When you put them on, it's like putting on the world's worst PA system in your ear.
Now we're going to make the mold.
Ear, nose, and throat specialist Dr. Seth Oringer offers a new device to patients called the ear lens. Doctors insert a small piece, much like a contact lens, inside the ear canal. A molded light tip fits inside the ear. It communicates with a sound processor on the outside. When the processor picks up sound, the lens vibrates and sends the sound to the eardrum.
The difference with ear lens is that it covers a much larger bandwidth than traditional hearing aids, so it allows them to hear the much higher frequencies than compared to a traditional hearing aid.
For example, traditional hearing aids sound like this. The ear lens sounds like this.
It makes sound much crisper and allows them to do much better hearing, especially in noisy environments.
Like most hearing aids, the ear lens is not covered by insurance. And like most hearing aids, it's expensive. This one will run you $12,000. Ursula Perry, KSAT 12 News.
Whoa, I wasn't ready for the price tag.
It's expensive.
Yeah, great breakdown. I didn't understand the science behind it at all.
It's cool.
All right, 622, 74 degrees out.
Well, a dog in South Korea has been called a hero after saving her 90-year-old owner. We'll tell you about his brave actions next. A 4-year-old dog has become South Korea's first honorary rescue dog.
All right, so listen up. Baeku, the dog, that's his name, he saved its 90-year-old owner when she collapsed in a rice field. So Baeku stayed by her side for 40 hours, keeping her temperature up even as she began experiencing symptoms of hypothermia.
Oh, using a thermal drone, authorities spotted the little dog's body, leading them to the woman's location. She is now recovering in the hospital. Baeku was awarded for his courage, becoming the country's first ever honorary rescue dog. Way to go, Baeku. Dogs, we don't deserve them.
Time now, 626, 74 degrees out.
Memorials in small town and big cities remember the attacks on September 11. Next, details of the events held to honor the nearly 3,000 lives lost.
Busy night for San Antonio Police Department after a routine drug patrol turns deadly. Details coming up next.
Good morning, welcome back. 6:30 this Sunday morning, September 12th. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. You made it outside yesterday, soaked up the sun, played some frisbee?
Disc golf.
Disc golf, sorry.
Get it right.
Sorry.
Get it right.
I'm still learning.
No, but it was beautiful. I saw a porcupine. I've never seen a porcupine in the wild.
Did you take a picture?
Yes. You know what? I'm going to send it to Sarah maybe later, in the 8 o'clock hour, we can show it.
We love nature here.
I will say, I love the way that you pronounce porcupine.
How do you pronounce it?
You pronounce it porcupine, but you're supposed to pronounce it porcupine.
Oh.
Porcupine.
I've been doing it wrong my whole life.
I'm not as fancy.
You know what? Are we the GMSA porcupines?
Don't worry, I won't get too in the weeds with pronunciations because I'm sure folks at home can pick out a few words that I say and complain as well. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at temperatures. Big difference out there is that it's much warmer than it was to start the day yesterday around San Antonio. 75 degrees outside at the airport. Meanwhile, look up in the hill country. It's a nice and cool 61 in Kerrville and 59 up in Junction and in Ozona. These areas have slightly less humidity humidity, but humidity is on the rise as we speak around the Alamo City. And in fact, temperatures are some 5 to 10 degrees warmer than how we started off the day yesterday. Another difference you'll notice if you live in the metro area or even across parts of the hill country, the clouds are back. We've got some morning clouds here, very typical this time of year, but the last few days we've had dry enough air in place that we haven't had the morning clouds. We are starting off with clouds this morning, and we'll have mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies today. At noon it'll be 87, in the afternoon 93 for the high temperature, and a few coastal showers are possible. Maybe one or two making a run for that I-35 corridor, a 10% chance in San Antonio for an isolated shower today, but our rain chances are going to be highly dependent on what happens in the Gulf of Mexico, particularly right now the Bay of Campeche, where there is a 90% possibility for development. This is likely going to become a tropical depression or a tropical storm today. And from there, its track is what will determine how much rain we see around the San Antonio metro area and across the coast. So we've got a lot to talk about in the forecast, including this potential system coming up in just a bit. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, what started as a routine drug patrol ended with one man being shot and killed.
This happening on the city's southwest side. Jonathan Cotto joins us live. Good morning, Jonathan. What details have police been able to give you about this incident?
Good morning, Sarah. Well, police tell us this all happened shortly after midnight as they were on that routine drug patrol approaching a suspect vehicle when that suspect opened fire on them. But here's what we know so far. Investigators on scene say 2 3-year veteran officers were on that routine drug patrol when they spotted a suspect on the 200 block of Pima Street. They say while walking up to the suspect's vehicle, that suspect fired several shots at them. Now, investigators say the 2 officers did return fire at the suspect ultimately being pronounced on scene. Those 2 3-year veterans will be placed on administrative leave pending review of this case. Of course, this case remains under investigation. We'll bring you the updated information as it becomes available. Reporting, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Well, also new this morning, a woman is recovering after police say she was shot by a SAPD officer. This incident happened around 2 o'clock this morning at the Burn House nightclub on North Loop 1604 West. Officers tell us it started with a fight. Security, they say, couldn't get it under control, allegedly, so they asked for help from officers who were dealing with a crash nearby. Police say the 3 suspects got in their vehicle and someone inside allegedly shot at officers as they were approaching. Officers shot back at them but missed. Police say a woman who was sitting in her car was hit in the shoulder. Police on scene tell us the suspects took off in a silver Mercedes.
And the latest this morning, a 34-year-old man dead after police tell us an argument escalated to gunshots on the southeast side. Here's what we know right now. Investigators tell us this all started around 9 last night. This is an apartment complex at the corner of East South Cross and Pecan Valley. Police tell us a 23-year-old man believed another man was pulling out a gun, so he pulled out his weapon and shot the other man several times. The victim transported, later died at the hospital. Charges are still pending. Authorities say they are still investigating, trying to figure out if the shooting was in self-defense.
Well, NEISD is mourning the loss of a high school coach who recently died after testing positive for COVID-19. NEISD officials identified him as 29-year-old Kevin Hernandez. He was the assistant football coach at Ronald Reagan High School. Officials say he first got sick over the summer and had not been back at work at the beginning of the school year. This year would have marked his 4th year with the school.
Well, the worst terror attack on American soil unfolded 20 years ago. Never forget. Powerful memorials held across the country honoring the nearly 3,000 lives lost that day.
The commemorations coming as the nation mourns the losses of those who have died from COVID-19. CNN's Karen Kafa has a story.
Steeped in one tragedy, the nation mourning 20 years since another.
Not a day goes by that I don't think about my father and the horrible way that he was taken from me.
After the pandemic put a pause to ceremonies last year, the tradition of loved ones reading the name of each life lost returned to New York's Ground Zero for the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks. 3 presidents and first ladies joining families coming together in honor and remembrance of lost loved ones, including President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden, who paid respects at all 3 sites. At the Pentagon, a massive American flag draped down the side of the building before names of victims were read aloud.
It is our responsibility to remember, and it is our duty to defend democracy.
And in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, former President George W. Bush, commander-in-chief on the day of the attacks, called on Americans to confront the nation's current threat, domestic terrorism.
There is little cultural overlap between violent extremists abroad and violent extremists at home. But in their disdain for pluralism, in their disregard for human life, in their determination to defile national symbols, they are children of the same foul spirit.
At Ground Zero, families of the victims had the memorial to themselves after the morning ceremony. More time to reflect on September 11th then and now.
Well, that was Karen Kafer reporting. And still ahead, a retired U.S. Army Special Forces veteran tells us about his remarkable experience after being among the first on the ground during the invasion of Afghanistan.
Our local companies and small businesses have been through so much over the last 17 months. With the recent uptick in COVID cases, President Joe Biden's vaccine mandate on businesses, and now questions about economic recovery, there are still so many questions on the horizon. That is why this morning on Leading SA at 8 a.m., the president and CEO of the San Antonio Hispanic Chamber of Commerce joining us live to discuss our local businesses, what comes next in this economic recovery, and Hispanic Heritage Month. If you have any questions you would like to ask, you can submit them right now. Just head to the Leading SA section of KSAT.com. Time now is 6:38, 74 degrees out.
Well, still ahead on GMSA, Bentley will be releasing a new car that only a few will be able to get. We'll tell you how much it will cost. That's next.
You already pre-ordered it?
Please.
Southwest Airlines saying they will not be serving alcohol anytime soon. We're going to explain why. Still ahead.
Taking a look outside, 74 degrees at 6:38 this morning. Sarah Spivey is tracking the tropics. She'll explain all of that when we come back. Well, as we reflect back on 9/11 and how our nation was changed by that attack 20 years ago, we talked to a retired U.S. Army Special Forces veteran who was among the first on the ground during the invasion of Afghanistan.
He was also one of the last Americans to leave Bagram Air Base as the last of the U.S. forces left the country. He spent most of his adult life fighting between Iraq and Afghanistan.
This morning, he tells Patty Santos about his remarkable experience seeing history firsthand.
This is the entire GWAT deployment, all of 20 years of combat written down.
These 5 notebooks detail a piece of history in the global war on terrorism as experienced by retired Special Forces Sergeant Major E9 John Presley.
We did 18, 19 deployments with all the times. It was constant rotations. It never ended.
When adding up all the days, Presley thinks he spent roughly 7 years fighting between Iraq and Afghanistan, which started shortly after 9/11, 2001. The 20-year-old Army Ranger was training in Germany when he got the news about the World Trade Center attack.
A passenger flight ran into the north side of the World Trade Center.
He realized he was headed to war.
Being Rangers, you know you're going to be one of the first guys to go. And I remember one of the young guys coming over and saying, man, I wouldn't want to be you guys.
In early 2002, he was landing in Afghanistan for his first deployment as part of Operation Anaconda.
We did, hunt for Bin Laden right up the, Dehrawu Valley and Tora Bora as he made his way into Pakistan, and I was part of that original crew.
He experienced short, high-intense deployments and adding up to 18 months in some cases, living with a population away from the safety of a base.
Spent months without a shower, without normal food. I learned Zima Pashto Dare Die. I speak almost fluent Pashto, and from living with the population.
Being at war meant seeing death and injuries, even some of his own. And while his deployments were rough, he felt compelled to stay in service to protect younger soldiers.
If you leave, you take all your experience with you. And it's your job to keep those guys alive, pass on what you know.
But he realizes it came at a price.
People ask me what's the hardest thing I've ever done. I think it was watching my daughter grow up through the screen of an iPhone.
He hopes his diaries will help her understand.
When my daughter asks, Daddy, why weren't you there when I was a kid? I can take these and hand them to her and say, baby, read this. This is where I was at. This is what I had to do.
Presley says his 22 years of service helped him make lasting friendships. He met his wife and walked next to heroes.
I don't take anything for granted anymore. Every day is great. We can go up and down the streets freely. We can say what we want. I just don't take any of that for granted after seeing what true hardship looks like.
Presley says one of the things he feels lucky enough to remember about the aftermath of 9/11 is that the nation was united. Everyone was proud to be an American and flags were flying everywhere. And he says it is unfortunate that it took a tragedy for that to happen. Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
Great story.
Amazing story. Thank you so much for your service. 22 years.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, back here at home, 74 degrees out. What do we call it? Winning weather today?
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's going to be fine outside.
Okay, fine weather today.
Yeah, we were spoiled with the low humidity over the last few days, right? And, as we see the first light of the day here behind me, you can notice that there are some clouds in the metro area and the hill country. These clouds are indicative of increasing humidity. It's 74 degrees outside. This time yesterday, we were at 67, so temperatures are about 7 degrees warmer than how we started off the day yesterday. We've got east-northeast winds at about 5 miles per hour. Today is going to be a transition day for us. It's going to be fairly quiet with only a few isolated showers here and there, especially close to the coast. Meanwhile, waking up this morning, there are still some areas enjoying the 60s, 66 in Comfort, 61 in Kerrville, 73 though in Tarpley, 74 in Hondo, 77 at Sinson, 73 at JBSA Randolph. It's 73 in Pleasanton. As I mentioned, there are some morning clouds out there. And a look at the futurecast, we're going to have partly cloudy skies. Notice how there are a couple of pop-up showers that develop on the futurecast, but most of this activity is focused along the coastal plain. Today, there's a 20% chance for isolated showers along the coast with a few stray showers around the metro area. We're only going to call it a 10% chance around San Antonio. It's going to be hot. Temperatures are going to climb into the low 90s, right around 93 around San Antonio. Upper 80s possible, though, for the hill country, 89 in Kerrville for the high, 96 in Del Rio. The biggest noticeable difference today is that you'll notice it'll be a bit more muggy than it has been over the last few days. 81 at 10, 87 at noon, partly cloudy skies with a few coastal showers and a 10% chance around San Antonio for some rain. East winds at 5 to 15. It's going to be generally, though, a hot and muggy day. Again, even more humid tomorrow as we'll see a surge of tropical moisture, bringing dew points back up into the 70s for most of the day tomorrow. The reason for that? An area that we're watching in the Bay of Campeche in the Gulf of Mexico. Here it is right here. It has a very high probability, 90% of development into at least a tropical depression. If it gains tropical storm strength, it would be getting the name Tropical Storm Nicholas. By the way, hurricane hunters planning on investigating this area this morning, and what they'll be doing is they'll be looking for a center of low pressure, because until we can get that center of low pressure well defined, the track for this potential system is still fairly up in the air. Now, most of the spaghetti plots do put this at least to the east of Corpus Christi slightly, moving across the northern Texas coast. But depending on this track, what track this potential system takes, it's going to drastically affect our rain chances here in San Antonio. I'll explain that in a bit, but before I move on to the rain, I want to mention that winds are not going to be as much of a concern as the potential rainfall. And here's a look at the potential rainfall. 5 to 7 inches of rain near Corpus Christi, pockets of up to 10 inches closer to Houston and Galveston. And then notice the steep drop off in rainfall. If the potential track sets up a little bit further west, then we'll have a better chance for rain in San Antonio for most of next week. But if it sets up further to the east, we could have very little to no rain in San Antonio. But as it stands right now, tomorrow's likely going to be a day where we'll have scattered showers and storms, about a 40% chance there. And then in the week ahead, only isolated rain. But we'll be watching that carefully. Again, if it takes a more eastern track, less rain. If it takes a more western track, a better chance for rain. But it looks like the big flooding rains will be limited to the Texas coast, Max and Sarah. We're going to be keeping you updated all day and all week long on air, online, and on the KSAT Weather Authority app.
Thank you, Sarah.
All right, just about 6:50, 74 degrees out.
Well, today there will be a new menu at Burger King. The reason behind the change. That's next. In your morning consumer news, Southwest Airlines isn't planning to resume serving alcohol on flights until at least January.
You okay?
I'm okay.
All right, so according to a memo to flight attendants, the timetable is actually linked to the extension of the federal mask mandate for planes and airports. The goal of the mandate was to reduce passenger flight attendant interactions.
American Airlines also decided last month not to resume alcohol sales on flights until at least January 18th.
All right, so everyone behave if you're going on a plane.
Yes.
Get ready to see some new items on the menu at Burger King. Not a big Burger King guy. Much more Whataburger guy. All right, so Burger King says it is getting rid of 120 artificial ingredients to serve what it's calling Keep It Real meals.
Burger King says the change is permanent and is in an effort to deliver, quote, real food to customers. The company says about 90% of the meals will be free of colors, flavors, and preservatives from artificial sources.
New menu set to debut today. All right, here's a new menu. Bentley unveiling Sarah Costa's new car, a $2 million vehicle. And here's the interesting part. You save money because it doesn't have a roof. It is called the Bacalar.
I don't know.
Sarah, you don't know what your car's called?
I don't.
And only 12 are being made.
But if you have the $2 million and you want one, you are out of luck since they're already spoken for.
Oh.
The all-wheel drive car has a turbocharged 650 horsepower 12-cylinder engine.
And the lack of roof is all about aesthetics. It's actually not supposed to make it more aerodynamic. A Bentley spokesperson says without a roof, designers could make the flow of the cabin go into the contour of the exterior. All about contour.
Also, don't park your car outside if it might rain.
There you go.
Can you imagine $2 million car and you park it outside in the rain?
Not like mold. 6:55, 74 degrees out.
We'll be right back.
Good morning. Coming up on GMA, 20 years later, the country remembers 9/11, and President Biden defends his decision on Afghanistan, what his predecessors are saying about the withdrawal. Plus, hospitals across the country overwhelmed with COVID patients as the controversy rages over President Biden's vaccine mandate, and the FDA issues a new warning about kids and the COVID shot. And finally, a key hearing in the sexual assault case against Britain's Prince Andrew, what his accuser's legal team is saying this morning. It's all coming up on GMA. We'll see you soon.
Take a look at this picture outside. First light of day off there in the distance. Pretty nice, but the biggest thing you notice, clouds. Clouds are back for the first time in a couple of days here this morning. We're dealing with the cloud cover and the higher humidity. It's 74 degrees outside right now. We'll be at 81 at 10. You'll notice the increase of humidity. It'll be noticeably more muggy today. 93 for the high temperature. A few coastal showers and storms are possible today. The chance for rain, though, locally in San Antonio, only about 10%. We'll see the sunset at 7:44. We'll see increasing clouds and increasing humidity tonight, too, because of a potential system developing today in the Gulf of Mexico. It'll bring scattered showers and storms to the forecast tomorrow, Monday. And then beyond that, we're going to be watching it carefully because our rainfall forecast here in San Antonio will depend very much on the track there of that potential system. As it stands, though, right now, we really only expect isolated rain in the area after tomorrow. A little drier forecast for San Antonio than, let's say, our friends near Corpus Christi or Houston and Galveston. Galveston, where some flooding issues are going to be a concern. So we'll keep you updated again all morning long. As for that weather today, just enjoy the low 90s, I guess.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for tracking all of that. We'll look forward to what happens later this weekend. Max, we have Leading SA coming up.
That's right. So we're going to take an hour-long break for Good Morning America, but we're going to be back at 8 a.m. and we're going to have the president and CEO of the San Antonio Hispanic Chamber of Commerce talk about local business, talk about the economic forecast, and of course, Hispanic Heritage Month.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Right now on GMSA at 8 a.m., a recap of multiple shootings overnight. One suspect shot and killed after an interaction with police. How Chief McManus says it all happens and what comes next for the officers involved.
Plus, in today's Leading SA, the president and CEO of the San Antonio Chamber of Commerce joins us live to talk about the economic recovery, the vaccine mandate, and Hispanic Heritage Month.
And taking a live look out there at the Alamo City, the sun is up. Temps are still down, though, only 74 degrees to start your Sunday morning. What is the rest of the day going to look like? We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a few moments. But for now, it is 8 a.m. this Sunday, September 12th. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. I want to get right to Sarah Spivey because she was like warming up, getting ready to go.
Yeah, stretch.
Stretching. I have a lot of weather for
We're
her.
not supposed to let people know that I was doing that.
You know, whatever it takes for us.
We keep it real here, Sarah.
Thanks. I was also getting ready for a busy forecast here. We've got a lot to talk about. For the day, though, it's going to be generally quiet, so don't worry about too much when it comes to anything to interrupt your time outdoors today. Although it is noticeably more muggy out there. And you can see there are clouds to start the day around San Antonio and the metro area, as well as into the hill country. It's 75 degrees outside. We've got east winds at about 5 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy to completely overcast skies, and the humidity is high. Dew points are in the 70s. It's been a while since we've had high humidity. We've had a few days here where it's been nice and dry outside, but that's changing today. It's 74 in Hondo, 73 in Uvalde, 72 in Carrizo Springs, a bit of a cool spot up in Kerrville where it's 61 degrees, 74 in Beeville, 73 in Gonzales, and 70 in Del Rio this morning. Today's forecast will call for some cloud cover today, and you'll notice the difference in the mugginess. A little bit more humid outside today. 87 at noon, 93 for the afternoon high, and a few coastal showers are possible. In fact, there are some showers near Victoria right now. And beyond today, we're going to be watching very carefully the Gulf of Mexico. Right now in the Bay of Campeche, the hurricane hunters are heading to investigate this disorganized area of showers and storms for a center of low pressure. They're going to investigate this as a very high probability, 90%, of at least being a tropical depression today, or even perhaps a tropical storm by the end of the day. If it does get that tropical storm strength, winds of 39 miles per hour or greater, it would be given the name of Tropical Storm Nicholas. Now, beyond today, we're going to be paying very close attention to this potential system's track, because that has a big effect and a big impact on our rain chances in San Antonio. I'm going to talk about that coming up in just a bit. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, investigators tell us an armed suspect is dead now after being shot and killed by police. Chief William McManus tells us this all happened at midnight along Pima Street near Somerset and Palo Alto roads.
So here's what we know about the shooting so far. Chief McManus says 2 officers were patrolling for an alleged drug activity when they spotted a suspect and approached his vehicle. He says the suspect noticed the officers were approaching him, so he fired several shots at them. Police returned fire, hitting and killing the suspect on the scene. Per protocol, the officer who shot the suspect will be placed on administrative leave. Both officers have been on the force for about 3 years.
All right, another situation police dealing with overnight. A woman recovering this morning after police say she was shot by another SAPD officer. That officer aiming for the suspect. So this all unfolded around 2:15 this morning. This all happened at the Burnhouse nightclub on North Loop 1604 West. Officers tell us this all started when a fight inside the bar spilled out onto the parking lot. Now, security in the area couldn't get the fight under control, so they called police for some help. Now, they were actually called from officers who were dealing with a crash nearby. Investigators say the 3 suspects got into their respective vehicles, and then one of the suspects inside that vehicle, started shooting at officers as they were approaching. Now, officers shot back, but they missed. One of the bullets from the officers actually hitting an innocent woman sitting in her car. Now, she was hit in the shoulder, taken to University Hospital in stable condition. No other injuries reported. We are told the suspects still on the loose. They took off in a silver Mercedes.
Well, a traffic stop on the east side leads to one man dead, according to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. Deputies say they pulled over a vehicle with 3 women and a man around 10:30 last night on I-35 and Hormel Drive. The man got out and ran off. Deputies say they ran after him, but shortly after, the suspect shot at them. Sheriff Javier Salazar says the deputies returned fire, striking the suspect behind a warehouse. The suspect was pronounced dead on the scene. Police say the 3 women that were in that vehicle, they are in custody but have not been charged.
And take a look at this news new into our newsroom for our 8 o'clock hour. Firefighters are busy battling flames around 1:30 this morning. This is I-35 South near Osset Road. This is far southwest Bexar County. Take a look at those flames. The county ESD and Von Ormy Fire Department tell us when they arrived at the scene, a vacant mobile home engulfed in flames quickly started spreading to an abandoned club nearby. The fire got out of control. Both were burnt down. Both the mobile home and the abandoned club burnt to the ground. Investigators not exactly sure how the flames started, but both buildings issued a total loss. Luckily, no injuries have been reported. Right now, crews working to figure out how and why this all happened. Well, I think it's safe to say our local companies and small businesses have been through so many obstacles over the last 17 months. And with the recent uptick in COVID cases, President Biden's vaccine mandate, and questions about economic recovery, there are still so many questions on the horizon.
Well, joining us in today's Leading SA segment is Marina Gonzalez, the president and CEO of the San Antonio Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Good morning.
Well, good morning to you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're still feels like summer outside, so this summer still dealing with that surge of COVID. How has the economic recovery gone from your perspective?
Well, absolutely. In many ways, we have seen our local economy pick up in terms of demand. We see people out and about and shopping again and eating at our restaurants. So what we're trying to do is just promote that and say shop local and make sure you're doing it safely. Make sure that you're operating your business safely, and that if you're a customer, that you are still keeping your favorite coffee shop or taqueria open here as we still navigate the effects of the pandemic, especially now with our Delta variant that we've seen recently.
So, Marina, what is your message to businesses around San Antonio who might be frustrated and concerned about the future?
Yeah, to those feeling frustrated, I think we're all feeling that collective sense of frustration. Hang in there, keep going, keep operating your business and keep it open. And give us a call. If you're not a member already, we have a ton of resources to make sure that you can operate safely and get you some of the opportunities out there, whether you did the PPP loan, if you're doing your forgiveness, if you need help with any of that. If you need help with the local resources, that would be the message, is there are plenty of people out here in San Antonio willing to help. We do see a big power in our community, and our local economy with our small business community is very strong. So don't give up. Better days are coming, and we're here to help.
That's such a good message. I know so many local business owners, they have so many problems with that red tape, so it's good that your organization can help out. Now, President Biden has announced the executive order mandating vaccines for businesses with more than 100 workers. Have businesses already reached out to you? And, what was your immediate reaction when you heard this?
My immediate reaction was at the Hispanic Chamber, we just wish that we wouldn't have to get to a place where we are mandating a vaccine. We have been promoting it since it came out. It's safe, it's effective, and it is the best way out of this pandemic. So my initial reaction was disappointment that we'd even have to discuss a mandate. But where we're at right now, we have more questions than answers, given that we're still waiting on guidance of this executive order to be able to give some of those answers to our businesses that have those questions. So what we plan to do here is carefully review what's coming out in the next few days. And our goal is to ensure that our businesses have the resources and flexibility to continue to promote the vaccine without experiencing any negative consequences. For example, having to pay fines that I know right now are being discussed per violation if one of their employees is not vaccinated under the mandate. So we will wait and see, and we will remain very vigilant in making sure that we've reviewed it and that we have that information ready to go for our members.
And Marina, before we go, this week marks the start of Hispanic Heritage Month. So what does this mean for the Chamber, San Antonio, and the future of our city?
I think it's important right now to find those ways to celebrate together as a community. And each year, our Hispanic Chamber looks forward to Hispanic Heritage Month and leading that celebration along with our community. And, we were originally founded in 1929 by the Mexican Consul General here in San Antonio. So we definitely have enjoyed that rich history of celebrating our culture and the achievements of Latinos in our community. So what it means to us is this month, we are kicking off Hispanic Heritage Month this upcoming Thursday on September 16th at Augie's Barbecue. We'll be out there with 104.5, our favorite DJ Tito, who's going to be giving away some concert tickets. We'll be there safely celebrating. So come have a drink with us, come talk with us, and let us know how it's going, what you're experiencing out there in the community. And we're looking forward to that, to being able to do that safely on Thursday.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And anyone who's just tuning in, wants to watch the whole thing, we're going to have the entire interview. And of course, links to help out, get people where they need to go. Just head to KSAT.com.
Thank you, Marina.
Thank you so much.
Time now is 8:10, 75 degrees out.
We'll still ahead on GMSA.
All right, here we go. We got the fireworks ready. UTSA dominating in amazing San Antonio fashion. We're going to give you the highlights next.
September is National Honey Month, and we're going to be discussing all things honey with some honey pros coming up next.
I heard a dog in the background.
I wonder if it's going to be in a bee suit.
We got the puns loaded up. Don't waste them here.
All right, 75 degrees, 8:10 this morning. Sarah Spivey will have our full forecast when we come back.
Good morning, welcome back, and happy Sunday. Can you feel it?
Feel it.
There's a new buzz in the air today.
So I think it's safe to say it's going to be a great Sunday. Jonathan Cotto joins us live from Jourdanton to talk National Honey Month. Jonathan, what's buzzing over there?
A lot of stuff is buzzing, and it certainly is going to be a terrific Sunday, Sarah and Max. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm in Jourdanton, Texas, or Jourdanton, that's how the locals say it. Here with Patrick Rakowitz and his family, Rakowitz Honey Farm. Patrick, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for having us here. September's National Honey Month, and with that, you're our pro for this. What do you have for us this morning?
Well, we pulled a little supers yesterday, so figured we can run over on how we extract all the honey from these supers and go from the process of extracting all the way to bottling.
Can you show us what this looks like and what that process looks like of extracting the honey?
Kind of in a nutshell, we go and we stick these supers on the bees, and this is basically how it starts out, a bunch of empty cells. And as the flowers start blooming, the bees start collecting nectar, and they turn that nectar into honey. What you see here is a honey frame that's full of honey and already capped and ready to be decapped and extracted.
Wow. Now, I just tasted this right before we went live. And folks, let me tell you, the honey is absolutely delicious. Now, Patrick, after this, you guys take it to another part of the process, right?
Yes, we have a machine right here that will actually pull these wax cappings off. This machine right here. As this frame is fed through there's a heated set of cutting serrated blades right here that will actually pull this capping right off.
Wow.
And as it takes that capping off, it will kick it out the bottom. And then from there, we will take this frame and it will go into our extractor. Our extractor is basically a big centrifuge where it will spin and it will fling all this honey off.
Well, Patrick, I am so excited, folks. Max, Sarah, I wish you guys could be here. This is really, really cool. Patrick, thank you so much for showing that. Folks, we're going to come back to you and show you a little bit more of that process, what it looks like once it is put here. And Patrick's going to explain to us then how that honey is bottled and assembled. And hopefully we can taste some more. Thank you so much, Patrick. Max, Sarah, back to you.
Thank you, Jonathan. What an interesting, cool story.
So much to break down there. I hope you bring samples, though.
I know. I love honey. And Sarah, you were saying, if you eat honey, every day, just a little bit, you can help you build up immunity to the local
The
allergies.
key there is local honey. So like in Jourdanton there, they have very similar allergies all across the San Antonio metro area. So Pleasanton, Jourdanton, Seguin, New Braunfels, all of these areas that are kind of close by each other. You eat some local honey, you build up a little bit of immunity to the local allergies and allergens out there. So yeah, really neat. So thanks, Jonathan, and thanks to those folks in Jourdanton for showing us what that's like. Now, today, though, we're going to have a slightly different weather today than we have over the last few days, mainly in the form of humidity, a little bit more mugginess out there. You can even see right now as we're looking outside that those clouds are back. We've had a few days here of very low humidity, hard to find much clouds in the sky over the last few days. That's changing. Today, we'll see these clouds break up a bit, and it's still going to be a nice day with plenty of sunshine out there, just noticeably more humid. It's 70 at Bernie Stage Airfield, 73 in Devine, 70 in Seguin, 72 in New Braunfels, 73 at JBSA Randolph. Speaking of Jourdanton and Pleasanton, temperature there 73 degrees, 73 in Tarpley, and it's still in the 60s up in the hill country, 61 in Kerrville. These morning clouds again, we're going to have partly cloudy skies during the day today, but look at the futurecast across the coastal plains from Houston down to Victoria down to Corpus Christi. That's where the main chance for rain will be today. Here around San Antonio, it's going to be hard to find much rain, if any, today. Maybe only a 10% chance. As you can see on the futurecast, something wants to bubble up, but most of the rain should be confined to the coastal plain. Now, looking at high temperatures today, 96 in Del Rio, 93 New Braunfels, in the upper 80s in the hill country, 95 in Cotulla, 93 in Hondo. Here in San Antonio, we'll have a high temperature of 93. It'll be warm and humid today, partly cloudy at noon and 87. East winds today at 5 to 15 miles per hour. And again, a few coastal showers, especially in the afternoon with a high temperature near 93. All right, let's talk about the tropics. As I mentioned, this area of disturbed weather across the Bay of Campeche, it has a very high possibility of developing today into a tropical depression or even a tropical storm. In fact, as we speak, hurricane hunters have flown out there and are currently examining that area, so far being able to find a wind speed of about 53 miles per hour. Up there higher in the atmosphere. So we're going to watch this carefully. It's entirely possible that this will become Tropical Storm Nicholas within the next 24 hours or so. And the reason the hurricane hunters are out there is they want to find a center of low pressure. A center of low pressure is going to help with the forecasting models. Now, as it stands right now, many of the forecasting models have this system just to the east of Corpus Christi and even potentially all the way out west, just skirting the Texas coast through Galveston. The track that this potential system takes is going to have a big impact on our rainfall forecast in the San Antonio metro area. If it takes a little bit more of an easterly track, we could actually end up with some healthy rains around San Antonio, with flooding rains from Houston to Corpus Christi. But if it takes a more easterly track, what's going to end up happening is little to no rain in San Antonio because most of the rain will be focused around that potential track, with still flooding rains likely from Houston to Galveston, even down to Victoria and Corpus Christi area. But again, little to no rain if it takes a more easterly track here in San Antonio. As it stands right now, though, we're forecasting scattered showers and storms tomorrow with only isolated rain for the remainder of the week. Temperatures tomorrow, if we do get those scattered showers and storms in the area, will likely only be in the upper 80s. Either way, there's going to be more humidity in the air with a little bit more cloud cover the next few days. Highs will be in the low 90s, and we'll keep you updated about the potential there for that tropical system in the Gulf of Mexico. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
821, 75 degrees out. All right, we got a lot of college football to talk about. We were talking Longhorns. Not a great day in terms of taste of SEC. Well, we're going to break it all down. Good morning, welcome back, and happy 2-0. That's right, you heard it. UTSA 2-0, 54-0, and another record-breaking performance. UTSA Roadrunners hosting the Lamar Cardinals at the Alamo Dome. Did not take long for the birds up to fly. Sheldon Jones starting off with that 76-yard touchdown, weaving his way through defenders. Ooh, UTSA up 7-0 with 12 minutes left in the first quarter. You heard that right. Right before halftime, team jumped up to 34-0 in the third quarter. Josh Adkins playing quarterback for UTSA. Beautiful catch. Sakari Franklin, 32-yard touchdown, UTSA. Huge shout out to Sincere McCormick. It was his birthday last week, and in honor of that, he rushed for 2 touchdowns, setting a UTSA record. Roadrunners getting their first shutout win in program history, 54-0. Undefeated UTSA hosting Middle Tennessee in a Conference USA game next Saturday, 5 p.m. here at the Alamo Dome. All right, Texas getting what they wished for. Got a taste of SEC football last night at Arkansas Razorbacks. The Horns' first 3 possessions, fumble, punt, missed field goal. Not how you want to start a game. Second quarter, Arkansas running back battles in, 5-yard touchdown. Hogs lead 10-0. UT trailing 16-0 at halftime. Here we go, though. Third quarter, Texas. Wait for it. There we go. Charging your way in there. Rumble, big man rumble. Get on the board. Trail 16-7. Skipping over the last quarter. Arkansas makes a couple touchdowns. Ends on a high note. Texas ends on a low note, losing 40-21. Also, shout out Texas A&M. They won big. Quarterback got hurt. We're going to see what happens next. But the quarterback was last seen in a boot. But they did win 10-7. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. 8:27, 75 degrees out.
Still ahead in our next half hour, President Joe Biden is trying to prevent future terror attacks following the 20-year anniversary of 9/11, but not without criticism from former President Trump.
Plus, justice on the horizon for a San Antonio family after their loved one was killed more than 30 years ago. Read the details in our South Texas crime stories. Good morning, welcome back, and happy Sunday. I'm Max Massey.
I'm Sarah Acosta. It is Sunday, September 12th. Yesterday we had beautiful weather. I was outside, I got some sun, I went on a hike. Max stayed indoors.
I watched college football. I ate way too much food. But if you are going to go outside today, Sarah Spivey, what can people expect?
Well, they can expect a little bit more humidity than the last couple of days. In fact, if you live around the metro area, you look up, you can see the clouds. In fact, let's take a look outside. Almost completely cloudy skies here. But you know, there are those who don't have any clouds right now this morning. Here's a look at the satellite imagery. You can see very clearly that although it's cloudy around areas northwest of 35 in Bexar County, southeast of 35, there's not much cloud cover at all. In fact, near Seguin, it's fairly sunny at the moment. It's sunny in Floresville, Nixon Smiley area, but cloudy Canyon Lake, cloudy Sisterdale, and Bernie, cloudy around Kerrville as well. And so we've got this area of cloud cover, mainly just to the west of 35 here. It's 75 at the airport in San Antonio, 74 in Pleasanton, still in the 60s though in Kerrville, 72 in Del Rio, and 75 in Cotulla. Now, if you're thinking temperatures are warmer than they have been the last couple of mornings, you'd be right. In fact, since yesterday, mornings are about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than what the thermometer was reading at this time yesterday when we were in the 60s. So today we've got increasing humidity with a small chance for rain, especially along the coast. And we'll be watching the Gulf of Mexico very closely today because it's likely that there will be tropical development into a tropical depression or tropical storm that will be impacting the Texas coast. In fact, coastal flooding is likely over the next few days. But I'll tell you what that means for our weather here a little bit further inland around the San Antonio area in just a few minutes. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, we begin your top stories this morning with police investigating a shooting that happened on the city's southeast side.
That's right. Limited information, but here's what we know right now from investigators. They say it happened around 10:30 last night. A man driving on East South Cross near Pecan Grove. He noticed a car following him. Someone in that vehicle started shooting at him, hitting him multiple times with gunfire. The suspect drove off, jumped a curb, ended up in the parking lot. No word on the condition of the victim. We're also waiting to hear if the suspect was taken into custody, waiting to learn his identity, and waiting to learn what charges he will face.
Well, we now know the name of the man killed during an argument on the southeast side last night. The Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office identifies him as 34-year-old Ronnie Riddle. Police on scene tell us he was killed around 9 o'clock at an apartment complex at the corner of East, South Cross, and Pecan Valley. Police say a 23-year-old man believed Riddle was pulling out a gun, so he also pulled out a gun and allegedly shot Riddle several times. He later died at the hospital. Charges are still pending for that 23-year-old man, as authorities say it's unknown if he was acting in self-defense.
New Braunfels police looking for the person responsible for a deadly hit and run. So this all happened around 8:30 yesterday morning. I-35 North and Highway 46, that intersection, police tell us an 18-wheeler driver was pulled over onto the shoulder of the highway, standing near the back of the trailer. That's when he was hit by another vehicle. The suspect did not stop to render aid. The truck driver pronounced dead at the scene. New Braunfels police say the victim, a 54-year-old man from Dale, Texas.
Well, one step closer towards justice. That's what's on the horizon for one San Antonio family after their loved one was murdered over 30 years ago.
Eric Hernandez explains why it's taken so long to charge the alleged killer in today's South Texas Crime Stories.
More than 30 years ago, in January of 1987, a 25-year-old San Antonio woman was found dead inside the bathtub of her home. It happened on Bailey Avenue, just off Hackberry Street. According to the Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office, Diana Lowry died by asphyxiation, her death being ruled a homicide. Unfortunately, the San Antonio Police Department was never able to gather enough evidence to arrest a suspect, and the case went cold. Years later, it reopened, and investigators found out 68-year-old Larry Moore was the owner of both his and Lowry's duplex unit at the time of the murder. He also had a spare set of keys to Lowry's apartment. It wouldn't be until 2005 that he was indicted for murder, but the case was dismissed just 2 years later. Almost a decade later, in January of 2018, one of Lowry's family members called the Bexar County District Attorney's Office, asking why Lowry's case had been dismissed. Upon further investigation, the district attorney at the time, Nico LaHood, determined that there was sufficient evidence to prosecute Moore of capital murder. Larry Moore is charged under the capital murder statute as it existed in 1987, which means he could face death or life in prison with the possibility of parole after 40 years. If courts do reopen, the trial could begin on December 7th. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Well, as the nation reflects on the tragedy of 9/11, President Joe Biden is still grappling with the after effects 20 years later, ending the war in Afghanistan while trying to prevent future terror attacks.
Now facing fresh criticism from Republican Party and former President Donald Trump. ABC's Mary Alice Parks and Whit Johnson explain.
Like you said, the country reflecting on how the attacks on 9/11 led in turn to the country's longest war and what it means now that that chapter is over. Has the country turned a page? The president was asked yesterday if he thought the country was entering a new phase with troops no longer on the ground in Afghanistan. He said he did.
What's the strategy? Every place where Al-Qaeda is, we're going to invade and have troops stay there? Come on. American people think it was time to get out of Afghanistan, spending all that money. But the flip of it is, they didn't like the way we got out. But it's hard to explain to anybody how else could you get out. For example,
he argued again that the war effort there in Afghanistan had morphed over time into one that was just too costly, trying to unite Afghanistan. Whit?
And Mary Alice, yesterday we saw former presidents participating in 9/11 ceremonies. Former President Trump was not part of any formal event, but he was in New York and he had tough words for Biden.
Yeah, President Trump was not there at Ground Zero, but he stopped by a police precinct and fire station near Trump Tower. Yesterday, like you said, a somber day, many delivering a message of national unity. His comments stood out. He turned quickly to criticizing President Biden.
It was gross incompetence, and I hate to talk about it on this day, but people are saying, why aren't they talking about what the hell we did? It looked like we retreated. It looked like we gave up. Like they used the word surrender.
Remember, President Trump also wanted to get out of Afghanistan. His team negotiated that final end date with the Taliban, and his team oversaw a deal that led to the release of thousands of Taliban prisoners.
That was Mary Alice Parks reporting. As many reflected on the 20-year anniversary of 9/11 across the country and here locally, residents spent yesterday afternoon remembering what they were doing when the planes hit the Twin Towers. One woman said she was a toddler when her mother started panicking after seeing the news. Another says she was at home watching the tragic moments unfold, devastated because she felt like she couldn't help. Isaiah Cozy says he was 6 years old living on a military base with his father, who is now a veteran. After processing what happened then, as an adult, Cozy says he wants the world to come together at all times, not only when tragedy strikes.
Does it really take tragedy or something terrible to happen for us to, get together on something? Like, why does it take that? Why is it that when things are good, we just get more petty? And then when something terrible happens, we want to come together. And so sometimes I lament that that's how things seem to go. And there's a pattern of that over our nation's history.
Well, we've been sharing the stories and experiences of those affected by 9/11 all week, and you can watch them all right now, including KSAT's coverage on that day. Just head to KSAT.com.
All right, let's take a live look out there. The Alamo City, 76 degrees out there right now. Can you feel the buzz? Beautiful. In the last half hour, we got a glimpse of how a Jourdanton beekeeper harvests honey. It was an awesome situation. We got to see him break it all down.
I love this story so much. That's because September, did you know this, is National Honey Month.
There you go.
And our Jonathan Cotto joins us live once again in the process. Hey, Jonathan, what are y'all doing out there?
Hey guys, you guys, they're putting me to work here. I'm part of the family now, and I'm going to be part of the business here shortly. But what you guys caught me doing here is putting a deep frame into the decapper, which is going to extract, is what we learned earlier. After that process, that frame drips all that honey, and that's where we collect it here, and it turns into this right here, Max and Sarah, this liquid gold. So technically, September's National Liquid Gold Month because it's so delicious and so amazing. But Patrick is going to tell us what the next step is from this process right here.
So after it's been extracted, we fill the tank up to a point, and then we'll open up this valve, and then from here, you'll start seeing the honey coming out.
Oh my goodness.
Once the honey comes out, it'll run through these set of screens and get filtered. Now, we only filter the big stuff out of it. We do not run it through a fine mesh filter. That way we keep all the pollen and the good stuff in it. And then after that, it will go into our bottling tank right here, where we will bottle everything and have it all ready for sale.
Now, you mentioned, Patrick, that you guys don't filter the honey, so it keeps all those essential and important nutrients within it, correct?
Yes, sir. That is correct. That way, all the good bacteria, all the pollen that everybody needs to help boost their immune system during allergy season and everything is all bottled up right here.
Now, Patrick, you were explaining to me earlier the process of this bottler here and how honey is essentially or technically should be in a solid state because of the lack of water, correct?
Yes, that is correct. So that's why all your honey you see over time, it will eventually crystallize. It'll turn to sugar. Now, that does not mean that your honey has gone bad. All you need to do is liquefy it again. Usually we recommend just taking a pot of water, bring it to a boil, and put your honey in there so it'll bring it back to that state.
Perfect. Patrick, thank you so much. Max, Sarah, we're going to continue to hang out here and finish up these bottles here. We have quite a few to fill up, and I am so here for it. I've been wanting to do this for the longest time, so I have to thank you, Patrick. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of this. Folks, we're going to have a detailed report of this entire process and how the Rakowitz family got involved into this business and how long they've been doing it. And that report is going to be coming up on KSAT 12 at 5, so make sure you tune in. Reporting from Jourdanton.
Yes, sir.
Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
That is
Thank you,
awesome.
Jonathan. Bees are so important.
I love how learned you were on the subject, too. You're like, yep, I got that one.
Well, no,
I got that.
I love bees.
Yeah.
Very important. They're such, we need our pollinators.
Yep, absolutely. All right, 8:43, 76 degrees out.
Well, it's almost the perfect time to cook outside, but if you're tired of the same old, why not try pizza? 12 on your side puts the portable pizza cookers to the test. That's next. We'll also have a look at the forecast with Sarah Spivey.
With pizza?
There's nothing like wood-fired pizza, but at home, portable outdoor pizza ovens claim to rival your favorite pizzeria. Consumer Reports' Paul Hope says it's all about the heat.
Portable pizza ovens are everywhere, and they claim to get to really high temperatures that you could never reach in an oven or even most grills. So naturally, we had to take a look.
So in his own backyard turned test lab, he tried several tabletop pizza ovens designed to make one 12 to 13 incher. Some use propane, others charcoal, and wood or wood pellets. He made each pizza with store-bought dough, added sauce, and mozzarella. The results all turned out pretty tasty pizza. So what it really comes down to is how easy the oven is to use and whether you prefer gas or charcoal cooking.
If you want that wood-fired flavor like you'd get from a great pizzeria, you really want one that uses charcoal.
Paul found this Uni Karoo to be convenient and sturdy. It has a chimney damper to regulate airflow, important for high heat, but it's pricey at $350. For less money but still good results, he liked this wood and charcoal burning WPPO La Pepe. It comes with a little peephole to check your pies because they bake fast. If you prefer the convenience of gas, CR says consider this Bakerstone Original. And one more thing, there is a learning curve, so you're going to want to practice a lot before you invite company over for pizza. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
She's right about that learning curve because we were trying to bake pizza over parts of the pandemic, and yeah, it's a little challenging. You got to get that crust just right. Okay, well, taking a look at the radar, you can see that there are some showers across Port Lavaca, Rockport area. Coastal showers are going to be the main story today and honestly for the week. In fact, coastal flooding will be possible. And zooming into Wilson County, there have been a few sprinkles out there near Sutherland Springs and Stockdale. And so I would not be surprised if you see a couple of sprinkles early this morning, especially where the clouds are the thickest. And we're seeing some of that cloud cover right now around San Antonio. Areas west of 35 have clouds, while areas east of 35 are fairly sunny at the moment. And this camera here is near the airport, so it makes sense that it's picking up cloudy skies. 75 degrees. The biggest thing you notice outside right now, other than the clouds, is that it's actually muggy out there. And for the last few mornings, it's been nice and dry and comfortable. That's not the case this morning. Although temperatures are not too warm, the humidity is fairly high. 75 in Canyon Lake, 75 in Hondo, 74 in Uvalde, and 75 in Pleasanton. Still in the 60s, though, up in the hill country. So we're going to have partly cloudy skies today. As I mentioned, the coastal plains are going to be the area with the best chance for rain today, about 20 to 30%. And around the metro area, it's entirely possible for us to see a stray shower today, but the chance for rain is really only about 10%. Instead, it's just going to be hot. 96 for the high in Del Rio, 95 in Cotulla, in the upper 80s in the hill country, so not too bad up there in the higher elevations. 93 in Gonzales. Speaking of 93, that's going to be our forecast high today. And again, you'll notice a little bit more mugginess in the air than the last few days. We'll be at 87 at noon, 93 at 5 p.m., 82 at 10 p.m. East winds today at 5 to 15. But as we've been talking about for the past several days, there is an area in the Bay of Campeche that is likely going to become a tropical depression or tropical storm Nicholas today. If it has strong enough winds, it would be considered a tropical storm and get a name. Very high probability of development, and the hurricane hunters, as we speak, are currently in that area where that low pressure would be. They are looking for the center of low pressure to see if it's organized, and they're taking all different kinds of measurements, air pressure measurements, wind speed measurements. They're going to be reporting back, and then the National Hurricane Center is going to take that information and determine if we do have a tropical depression or a tropical storm on our hands. It's also important work they're doing out there because they're finding that center of low pressure. And until that center of low pressure can be defined, we're going to have a bit of a wonky forecast, okay, because there's going to be a wide spread of possibilities of where this potential system could go. But it does look like the heaviest of the rain will be from Houston to Corpus Christi, 7 to 10 inches of rain. Pockets of 10 plus inches of rain, and we're going to be on a fine line here in San Antonio. A difference of 30 miles can result in a big difference as far as rainfall potential goes. But what it is looking like right now is that we'll have scattered showers and storms tomorrow, 40%, with only isolated rain during the week. But I do believe that the biggest threat for flooding is well to the east of San Antonio, but unfortunately for our coastal communities, and we'll be watching that and monitoring that very carefully. Sarah and Max.
Thank you, Sarah.
All right, 8:51, 76 degrees out.
Well, an activist who wanted to preserve San Antonio's history at all costs, tomorrow on GMSA, we tell you the story of Adina de Zavala in our Tejano Moments series.
And the news you need to know before you go, several situations overnight and into this morning. Multiple suspects shot and killed, and the circumstances surrounding each one under investigation. You can read about each one individually right now. Just head to KSAT.com.
Increasing humidity today with coastal showers and a high temperature near 93. Meanwhile, there is a good chance for scattered rain tomorrow as we are continuing to watch the tropics. It's likely that we'll get a tropical depression or a tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico by the end of the day. We'll keep you updated on air, online, and on the KSAT Weather Authority app. Pollen count, too, will come in later this morning.
Thank you, Sarah.
That's it. Have a great day.
Have a good Sunday.